Morning everyone. So this morning we've got Brian here very shortly. We've got 4 fill bins, well 3 full fill bins of barley. That one there is about half. These 4 fill bins are chock-a-block full of canola. Dad's chase is full of canola, and Paige's chaser will be pretty much full of canola as well. We ran out of storage yesterday and we pulled up. We'll go into that in a sec. I got to move an auger. You run the augers like that to get them in so that you can actually, it screws itself to the bottom of the boot. If you don't, you just sit it on the edge there, and then the auger sits out and it's not actually in the grain. Alright, so just got a little while I wait for Brian. I'll go start the truck. But yes, we ran out of storage yesterday. So how did that happen? So what happens is CBH in town lately has been closing at 4 p.m, which means that Brian needs to leave the farm no later than 2, which has just caused absolute headaches for us. We're trying to get grain out. Normally Brian will do 5 loads to town, 5 loads to Cascade, 1 load to town. We'll get 6. Lately we've been doing about 3, which has been been disappointing, and it's all due to CBH not staffing their huts, and it's because harvest is, it's slowly starting, so they're not doing their full hours yet, which is annoying for the people that are out here harvesting, but not much we can do there. Yesterday CBH closed at 5, which meant that Brian was able to get out here. Well, actually he missed town last night, the night before, so he carted more loads for us. Then he went to town, delivered yesterday morning, and then he was out here by 10, and then we got, I think, 3 loads, and then that was it. He was back to town. So he left here by 3:30, just made the last spear, which was nice. So yeah, so anyway, the boy and the girls, they pulled up yesterday at 6 o'clock. So I believe they blew the machines down, possibly fueled them, maybe not. That might be this morning job. They serviced the machines last night, and we just filled our storage. We filled the chaser bins, we filled everything, and that's all we can do. So we did have another fog this morning, but the good thing about canola is it does dry pretty quickly, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get going. But today I will be jumping on the header. Don't worry, there's no chance of a harvest ban, so I'll be able to show you some more footage of in the header, because down at Cascade we've got a we call it a casual workers fire introduction. So the Cascade Fire Brigade hosts all the seasonal workers that come in, and they we go through basically scenarios, videos, show them what to do at fires, what not to do at fires. You are the fire brigade, we don't have a fire brigade. Just inform them. It's an information day. So Paige and Annabelle are going to head down to that. So that's at 2 to 4. So I'll be on the header from then. And I've also got to go and have a look at the canola. The guys they smashed the hectares yesterday. I'm not sure how many they did, but did quite a lot. So we'll nearly be out of this paddock by the end of the day, possibly tomorrow morning. So I need to go and check Mum's back and just have a walk through that and just see. Dad went for a bit of a walk yesterday, and he's telling me we're going into barley because he reckons it's just too green out there. So we'll go for a walk and we'll have a look. Truck starts, which is good. What I also like to do is just start up the little pump engine and just make sure that that's all working as well. And just make sure that water still comes out, so you can probably hear that, the crew protection every time we turn the pump on. Just leaks a little bit of water out. I believe the solenoid just needs pressure against it to make sure it's properly closed. But to make sure that water is flowing and everything's still working, I turn the cannon on. And And there we go. So she's all working, all doing good. Turn that off. And got a little bit longer to leave this thing to run just to build the air up on the bags. But other than that, this is all good. And then we'll go and start Izzy. Seems though Brian's not quite here yet. Can't be too far away. So Brian's loaded. Now you may be thinking that was a weird way to load him. Why load him backwards? You should always load a truck from the driver's side. Main reason is we were trying to empty those fill bins because we had to move those augers. And with moving those augers, he's either got to reverse all the way back up, which can be quite difficult with 3 trailers, or they just drive and they do a turnaround and they come back in. Although we've got crop all around up there, and here we've got a nice big turnaround area, so he's able to just load on the wrong side because he's got cameras, and then just does a big loop, comes back in. I've moved the augers and it's all good. So guys are all nearly done with servicing by the looks, and we'll go to a sample and hopefully crack into some canola. 6.8, so it is crispy dry. Guys are going now as we speak. So we'll have a good crack at this paddock today, I reckon. So we better go and have a look at the other ones and see what we can do there. Alright, sun's out in full force, so green nose and green lip, pretty fitting for looking at green canola. But anyway, right, now let's see what we got out here. It's very frustrating that we can't, well, we haven't tried it yet, but oh man, flies, the flies this year are the absolute worst. I reckon they're worse than what they were the previous couple of years. Anyway, what's very frustrating is we need to get out into the canola because it's such a fragile crop. Me walking through it is destroying all the pods as I come out. Now, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but it's not that golden brown colour that it should be. You can see sporadically throughout there is the green pods. So what you should be able to do to a canola plant at this stage is basically go like that, and then we've got the canola in our hands. We can thresh it out. Now a plant like this is going to be a bit different. So if I go like this, I got nothing. And that's the concern. So this is a concern for 2 reasons. If we get going, we're immediately not going to get our yield. So our yield is immediately, let's just say there's 2% out there. Could be more, could be less, but let's say there's 2%. So 2% of our yield immediately lost because it's not going to thresh out. It's not ready. It's still physically a green pod. So now in there, your seeds, you guys aren't going to see it. The seeds are turning, so they are turning, but they are like they'll be ready. But yeah, anyway, so 2 reasons: that the yield, you're losing your yield, and the second is greenery can cause an issue for headers and plugging. We've obviously got the terminators on the back, punching into green canola like this. You can block terminators. Now I think this sort of greenery should be okay. It's more like when it's less ripe than this is when people start punching in and they get terminators blocking. But this could still be quite a risk. Is this with blocking? And not only the terminators, you can also just block your rotor. So it'll you'll punch into a bit of greenery out here, and you'll be going, because they're sitting at 10 k's an hour, so they're sitting at 10 k's an hour at nearly full engine load. You punch into that, your engine's just dropped, and it just screws it in, and it just sits in there, and it's a fun half-day job to unplug a rotor. Let me tell you, I've done it a few times, not on these machines, but back on our old, I don't even think the SX80s we ever plugged, but the 9720, 9750s, those ones we blocked a few times. Yeah, they were fun. So yeah, I do get what Dad's saying, and coming out here and seeing it, yeah, it's unfortunate. What I'm going to do is, when we finish this paddock out here, I'm going to send Henry in and just do 100, 200, 300 meters. Want to look at the sample, see what's happening in the canola, see what's happening out the back, see what's happening in the bin, see what's happening in the header, and just make a decision. We do have this paddock is split in half. There is half of this is bonito, so we should be able to just keep going on the bonito side of things up there, hopefully. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see how we go. But now, I did say, we could lose yield out here by, not getting these green ones that are here. But we can also lose even more yield by just not going and having a windstorm come through, having a thunderstorm come through. Obviously, like me walking through, look at that. Can you see all the white in the plant? So that's just me walking through and knocking the pods out. If we get a really strong wind, that'll knock all the pods out as well. And if we get a hail, because it's that time of year, we are having thunderstorms go through every now and then. That will it'll ruin it. It'll destroy it. 3 years ago, our canola got wiped out by hail. So I'd much rather not repeat that. But obviously, we don't want to, detriment our yield or get our headers blocked or anything. But yeah, for the time being, when we finish that paddock, we're going to take a blast out there and just see what it looks like, and we'll make a call. We'll go up here anyway and we'll work on the bonito up there. Tomorrow's 33 degrees, day after that's 31. Maybe we'll be able to just punch into this stuff when it's 33, and it should be at least be a little bit more dry. So that's the plan. Plans change. I have been upgraded to header driver, which is it's very nice. You've got a climate controlled cab, it's quiet. There's only the couple of flies that got in when I got in, and they're nearly all dead. But yeah, it's going well out here. The guys have been, I'm sitting a bit fast, I'm on 10 to 11 k's an hour, but the guys have been sitting at 10 k's an hour, just smashing the hectares. Our average is 1.5 tonne. And the instance, this one here, so that's average, this is instant, oops. So you can see that 1.4, 1.5, and 1.4, it's been pretty consistent with that. And that's what the old crop looks like. So it is pretty surprising, pretty amazing to see that is yielding so well. I did have it pegged in my head that this is going to go a tonne. So yeah, it's good to see that it's going more than a tonne. Obviously, more yield's better. But canola is such a hard thing to do a yield estimate on. It's nearly impossible. The old rule is a foot of pods is a tonne, and then also your wheat should be double your canola. So if we think our wheat's going to go, 3 tonne, then it should be doing 1.5 tonne. And hopefully, as we go that way, we get into the Renegade, because the Renegade was better last year. Hopefully the Renegade's better than this again, and that would just be amazing if it is. So anyway, we'll keep on ticking. unfortunately I don't have my two beautiful little assistants today. They're obviously at school at the moment, but this afternoon there would have been a chance for them to jump on and give me a hand in the header, but they're going to town because it's gymnastics tonight. So it's just my lonesome in here, but I'll just have to struggle and get through it. Now I've been thinking, what are we at? I think we're at like 14 at time of recording, like 14,770 subscribers for the channel. And last year we did a Q&A, a live Q&A for 10,000 subs. So when we get to the 20,000 subs, we'll do another live Q&A, because I know you guys have got a lot of questions and you keep asking a lot of questions. So let's get there. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And yeah, when we hit that 20,000 subs, we'll do a Q&A. Well, while I'm sitting here harvesting away in a nice air conditioning, I figured I should mention the Movember again, guys. Links are down below. Movember is a amazing organisation, and they do great things with the money that we donate and we raise. We are doing it for two things: prostate cancer and mental health. Two very, very big killers in men. Prostate cancer, if you have a history of... They're unloading into a truck at the moment. If you have a history of prostate cancer in your family, like I do, it is so important that come the age of 40, you go and get tested. It's just a blood test now, and that's all it is. There's no intrusive doctor visit. It's just a blood test, and they can detect even earlier now, which is amazing. So the money that we raise for prostate cancer goes into research, into funding of those early projects for detection, and also goes into the aftercare, because that is such a massive thing with prostate cancer. It's the care afterwards, which also leads into mental health. So mental health is it's a big dark cloud that hangs over both male and female. But the worst part is that males, we do not talk. And Movember, it's all about the men and the men in our lives, and it's all about raising that awareness and starting that conversation, getting people talking, and making sure that you are looking after a mate. Or if you are the guy struggling, reach out to anybody who is willing to listen. And it goes with the same with prostate cancer. If you are currently going through it, it takes a massive toll on your mental health. So it is so important that you open up and you involve your partner, involve your brother, your sister, your friends, your mates, your mum, your dad, whoever. Just involve them in your life. Do not close yourself down into a box and just don't let anyone in. Do not deal with prostate cancer by yourself. It is so important that you get out there and you deal with those people that are most important with you, and spread the load. Chat to someone, it will help you so much. So it's two major things that I'm very passionate about. Is prostate cancer and mental health. We're just as men, we need to talk. So guys, go and talk to someone, talk to anyone. Just text them, call them, show up out of the blue, have a chat with them, and it will mean the world to someone that you've reached out. It honestly will. So with Movember, we have set our target at a massive $20,000. Last year was I set it at 2,000 or 4,000, whatever it was. You guys blew us out of the park. You got us to $15,500, which was just absolutely amazing, and just so I don't know what the word is to explain it for myself, but it was just so overwhelming to see the support from you guys. It was just fantastic. So this year we've set the target at $20,000, because I know we can get there. Now it just involves $2 from every person that's a subscriber. Like I said, we're 14,700 on the subscribers, and if that was $2 from everyone, we'd absolutely smash it out the park. Now I know that all the subscribers don't watch the videos, so I think an average of about 5,000 to 6,000 people watch these videos. So even with that, guys, all I ask is just anything that you can contribute, be it $2, be it $5, be it $200, whatever you can donate will be much appreciated. It's all going to a fantastic cause, and of course we've got the Tom's Brook hats for the first 45 people who donate over $200, and we've also got the rattle gun, we've got the water bottle, and we've got the Seed Terminator mug, all to give away as well, and that will go to anybody who donates. Could be $1, could be $20, whatever it is. Someone is gonna get a lucky prize. So again, guys, I thank you guys so much. We want to get to 20,000 because we want to see the old dome turn blue. I reckon it'd be an absolute hoot, an absolute laugh to have blue hair. So I want to get there, guys. Get us there, and of course, when we do get there, because I know we will, we're going to film it all as well. We'll film me going to the hairdresser, getting my hair dyed, everything like that, the process. And I know it's delayed on here because for me it's currently the 23rd of October. So head over to Instagram if you want to see it live. I'll be doing stories probably daily, just updating you guys on the mow and showing you how it's going. So head over there to get it live. But of course, the regular content is going to be here on YouTube, just a bit delayed. So thank you very much, guys. You're a bunch of legends, and I know we can get there. You can see I'm not actually all that full, but we can't make it all the way back down when we're empty. So we do a full unload into Dad, and then we do a part unload, and that gets us all the way down. And in that time, he's going to get all the way back to the bins, unload, and get back to us, which at the moment is working quite fine. So yeah, cheers. Chasers run off their feet, but there really isn't a need for the second chaser, which is handy for today because obviously Paige and Annabelle are off at the bushfire training introduction thing. So yeah, it is handy that we can get this done with one, whereas obviously in Barley it's impossible. Yeah. Anyway, we're ticking along, smashing the hectares. Since I've been on, we've done all this, and the yield is still holding. It's still so surprising. It's just amazing to see. And we've crept up. We're sitting at 11k's. I can't catch him. He's like, right, let's go. So I'm trying my hardest. Can't catch him. He's out in front, smashing the heckies. But yep, we're just cruising. It's alright, he's not broken down. He's, I believe, just checking the tyre pressure. And then he'll be back up into the cab in no time. But that means that I get to escape and get in the front. And you watch, he'll be hot on my heels in a second. He's got this header thing down packed. I'm just getting back into it, and off I go. Oh, that's great. There we go. I've got the tram line now. Oh, terrific. So Henry's been taking the tram for Annabelle because as we go along, this header that's on the tram always gets the tram. When we're 120 feet on our boom spray, it used to alternate. Because we're 160 feet, 48 meters, it's every time this header goes tram, no tram, tram, no tram. Now, it was an absolute nightmare in the old days when we had the other fronts, because what would happen is he'd come along and see this, that would flip it, and then this here would not be able to take it. It would just stall, and then you get a big lump go through, and then what would happen is the the slip clutch would go off. It was an absolute nightmare. We're sitting on 11k's, and the guys would only be able to do with the old headers maybe about, if we're lucky, 6 in this sort of crop because of the tram lines. And even without the tram line, the other fronts were horrible. Anyway, so yeah, with the tram lines, it obviously just takes a bit more skill to get your bat reel sorted and in a correct position, which I shouldn't have my hand here, I should have it on there. And Annabelle, who's obviously just learning, was she started on the tram and couldn't get the bat reel in the exact right position, and we were getting a fair bit of head loss. And so Henry took the tram, and he's very cleverly now giving it to me. But I guess I'll just have to put up with it. So I'm obviously, you might be able to hear that beeping. That's Dad. Dad's coming up here. That's not Dad. I'm full. Dad's coming up here to unload me. But now this is header driver problems. That up there, trying to I want to listen to my music, maybe a few cheeky podcasts.
Sorry, this won't let me change run lines to 16.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I want to listen to podcasts. I can't. My Bluetooth doesn't work. Can't connect. Sure, just reconnect your phone, no worries. Yeah, can't do that because you have to be stopped for it to connect Bluetooth. That's alright, I thought of this. So I brought my my cable with me to plug in down here at the music section. Well no, that doesn't work, because as soon as you put that up, plug it in, it says device not recognized. So it doesn't let you, doesn't connect. So it's just boring old AM radio for me. And now we're unloading. So he'll have to swing back and get Henry now, because Henry's got more grain on board than me, but because I'm in front, I need to unload first. It's the simple things that make you happy. So putting this has got the Combine Advisor package on there, so that's got the cameras on the side of your clean grains and your tailings, and what it does is it takes all the guesswork out for the driver, and it then analyzes what's coming in, and it will change the settings appropriately. You know, if you've got too much pot in there, it's going to speed the fan up and close the sieve. If you're cracking grain in your say wheat or barley, it's going to slow the rotor down, open the concave a little bit, stuff like that. Which, if you're just putting new people onto the machines, they don't know to look out the back, check, and they actively change as the day goes on. Especially when you get a hot day. So if it starts cold and it gets hot, obviously you can open things up, and when it gets cold again, you got to close it all back up. But people just leave it the consistent setting the whole time, which means you're suffering the performance of the machine, and you can also be suffering the quality of the grain. But anyway, so on the canola here, you can see now if it shows up, you got all the pod that's coming in, and if it shows up on the camera, it's highlighting it in a lime green sort of colour. What is not meant to be in there, which is really cool, I reckon, to see. It's a cool feature, I think. And then if I come out here, oh there we go, it's currently changing at the moment, changed my concave. So my concave was at 30, and that's brought that down to 28, so it's tightened it up. The concave's the thing that goes around the rotor. I'll have to probably go through the header and explain exactly what everything is on a header and how it all works, but it's just made it tighter, so it's maybe thinking that those pods have still got grain in them, so it's made it tighter to be able to thrash that out. But it's a very cool feature. I'm glad that we paid that little bit extra for it, because it makes it useful. Like it makes the machine efficient. And just like that, I've been kicked off the header. The guys got back from their training, so I'm off the header, Dad's off the chaser, and Brian's done, you can see the 100 tonne is empty. He's taken the top off the 860. We've got plenty of storage over there. They've got, I think, 50 hectares left to go, so maybe 75 tonne to come off. So out there will be perfectly fine for them for tonight. Yeah, I'm about to go and probably get their dinners and take it out to them. But yeah, look, I reckon we'll leave the video there. Not too sure. Tomorrow they should finish this paddock, so I'm not too sure. Really not too sure what we're going to do with where we go. We could be ended up going into the barley. I've got a funeral to go to on Saturday, so whatever we do, I need to make sure that I have got everything sorted before then, so that there's no transport or anything while I'm not here. Otherwise it'd just be a nightmare for everybody. But we'll figure that out. That's farming. Take it one day at a time. Plans that you make never go to plan, as already happened like 3 times since we started harvest. So yeah, we'll leave the video there. So thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Movember links are down below. Catch you in the next one.